Miguel Cotto. Miguel Cotto is 4 years younger, but Floyd Mayweather has a 5-inch advantage in reach. The rules under which this will be contested: no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. Only the referee can stop the fight, and the fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. So the stage is just about set. Floyd Mayweather is the challenger, so he'll be making his way out momentarily to the announcement of Michael Buffer. The crowd just beginning to see him on the monitors here as he's still underneath the stands. But this kid, I mean, he's just unflappable. You're looking at one of the best fighters in the world today, maybe one of the best fighters in the history of boxing. Floyd Mayweather. Little junior rock star Justin Bieber with Mayweather. So Mayweather surrounding himself with quite a posse, as always he does. Here's Michael.
7-time world champion Floyd Money Mayweather.
Floyd coming in, chewing that gum. He calls himself Money Mayweather, and the crowd hates to hear that term, Money Mayweather. Remember, Mayweather is coming up in weight. And Dave, what's that mean for this fight that he's coming up in weight?
Well, he is in Cotto's territory, so he hopes to bring the speed up there with him, and it should give him a little bit more power. He's also facing a more powerful opponent. 151 was the highest that he weighed in at, and the significance at 154 he had some trouble with Oscar De La Hoya a few years back. So this is the weight class where they have to ask, well, if the guy who first won his championship at 130, does he push it too high when he gets up to 154?
Now we're fine. That's what this is all about. This kid has won 7 world titles in 5 weight divisions. This should be an 8th world title tonight. Strengths, as you know, is speed, hand speed, great counterpuncher. One of the best ever defensive fighters. Very quick with his hands and legs. Very smart boxer. Great condition. He is 35 years of age. Somebody asked,
I'm Justin Knoxville, and this is the end!
asked me a long time ago and a short time ago, what about when does the first fight begin to show that he's losing it? I still think this kid is in his prime. You take a look at his body, folks. When he takes his shirt off, he is absolutely cut. He's put his time in the ring. He's in magnificent condition.
And Father Time doesn't send an advance team. You really never know when that moment's going to sneak up on you to talk to the point that you were making. But he is always in terrific condition.
When he comes in what looks like a beautiful outfit, and I'm sure it costs a fortune, but it's leather, and that's going to be heavy when it gets wet. You don't want to give any edge, in my opinion, to Miguel Cotto, because this guy's a great fighter too. Miguel Cotto, 37-2. 30 knockouts from Caguas, Puerto Rico, and you'll see if he can do anything offensively against this guy, that he's going to be a very favored champion here in Las Vegas. I mean, the Mexicans, who have brutal fights with the Puerto Ricans, are all rooting for this Puerto Rican on this given night.
And I do sense that if Cotto's going to make a big impact or have the fight of his life, a lot will be determined early. You have to make some early noise on Mayweather.
Well, I think that this guy is definitely going to put pressure and try to get pressure on Mayweather and keep pressure on him. And as long as he can do that, he can be in the fight. But again, when you're talking about Floyd, you're talking about one of the best ever. This is a very good champion fighter. Again, I love the look of Floyd Mayweather's leather trunks, but I don't think it's a smart decision to come in here if this fight goes into 9, 10, 11, 12 rounds, and how heavy they're going to be with sweat, perspiration, and water during the course of this fight. But he does the unorthodox things. So Michael Buffer just making the announcement of Miguel Cotto. Cotto's only losses were at the hands of Manny Pacquiao by a 12-round TKO, and the only other loss was to Antonio Margarito in less than honorable conditions with that glove situation. Since then, he's had 3 knockouts in a row. He won another title from Yuri Foreman by 9th-round TKO in the WBA 154-pound championship. Then he defended that against Ricardo Mayorga in March last year. And then in December, he finally got his revenge against Antonio Margarito in the 10th round in New York City. His strength, power, very smart in the ring, relentless pressure, aggressive style, good movement. He's an accurate puncher, and he's very poised in the ring, which will have to be tonight against this kid. All right, so the stage is just about set. They're clearing the ring, and Dave, the anticipation of this fight is absolutely love. Here's Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the MGM Grand, Las Vegas, Nevada, USA, Mayweather Promotions, Golden Boy Promotions, and Miguel Cotto Promotions are proud to present, with dedication to the memory of Burt Randolph Sugar, the main event of the evening, 12 rounds of boxing for the WBA Super Welterweight Championship of the World and the vacant WBC Diamond Belt Championship. Sponsored by Corona Extra, La Cerveza Más Fina, AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. O'Reilly Auto Parts, better prices every day. Don't miss Hatfields and McCoy's own History. The Feud begins Memorial Day, 9 p.m., 8 Central, only on History. DeWalt Power Tools and their 20-volt brushless technology, they are guaranteed tough. And Puebla, Cinco de Mayo, Viva Puebla, Viva Cinco de Mayo, Viva Mexico. Sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission Chairman Skip Avanzino, Executive Director Keith Kaiser, the World Boxing Association President Gilberto Mendoza Sr., WBC President Jose Suleiman. At ringside, the 3 judges scoring on the 10-point system, Robert Hoyle, Patricia Morse-Jarman, and Dave Moretti. And inside the ring, in charge of the action at the bell, referee Tony Weeks. And now, the officials are ready, the fighters are ready, and millions upon millions of fans around the world, courtesy of HBO pay-per-view, are ready. From the MGM Grand, Las Vegas, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Fighting out of the red corner with trainer Roger Mayweather, wearing black, officially weighing 151 pounds. His professional record, a perfect one. 42 fights, 42 victories, including 26 knockouts, with 7 world titles in 5 divisions. Tonight, he challenges for number 8. From Grand Rapids, Michigan, former junior lightweight, world champion, former lightweight, world champion, former super lightweight, world champion, 3-time welterweight world champion, and former super welterweight champion of the world, Floyd Money Mayweather. fighting out of the blue corner with his trainer Pedro Diaz, wearing black with gray, official weight 154 pounds. An outstanding professional record consisting of 37 victories, including 30 knockouts, and only 2 defeats, with 4 world championships in 3 divisions. He is the former light welterweight world champion, 2-time welterweight world champion, and reigning, defending WBA super welterweight champion of the world. Puerto Rico's están listos presentar de Caguas, Puerto Rico, Miguel.
So the stage is set as Tony Weeks calls them in. They'll play the ring, and this is it.
Over here. One guy. Get over here.
Okay, gentlemen, caballeros, you already received your instructions. Usted recibió instrucciones. Okay, look, if it goes right here, it's okay. Anything below that's low. Aquí está bien, aquí no. If it goes right here, it's okay. Anything below that's low. I want a good, clean fight. Aquí no hay plan limpia. Obey my commands at all times. Above all, protect yourselves at all times. Escúchame, cuídate. Listos? Let's go. Vámonos.
All right, so they're set to go. Miguel Cotto, the former WBO 147-pound champ and the reigning 154-pound champion. He's had 4 world championships as Miguel Cotto. All right, here we go. Floyd Mayweather decked out in red leather trunks with white trim. Cotto going to pressure right from the get-go.
Big number to keep in mind, the 5-inch reach advantage for Floyd Mayweather. He has made that look a lot more in his fights. A guy who will pay attention to the punch percentages tonight when we're given them. He has held so many opponents under 20% landed their punches. So he is a superior defensive fighter. You see the shoulder roll, you see him spin off. He's able to spin from offense to defense and back better than just about anybody ever has done.
Now Miguel trying to go for the head. Now Floyd ties him up, but he takes time, really light shots off the hands. Wearing 8-ounce championship gloves now. That's a little something different from Floyd too, but he said he didn't care if they weighed a pound. He can still beat this guy. Look at the considerable hand speed of Floyd Mayweather. I mean, the kid is just an extraordinary fighter.
How about that trailing right hand that just missed? Double jab to the body. He moved to the left and fired a trailing
Hands-free,
right hand.
You know, Dave, a lot of times you wonder how this guy has such great extension to his punches. Look how he turns his shoulder. Look at the way he just made Cotto miss coming in.
The shoulder roll, talking about it, the master of that. And then he's able to shift. When we talked about in some earlier fights, guys that have things that can't be taught. And Mayweather does in terms of his reactions, going from defense to offense.
Both of these in great shape, and the more and more crisp and more accurate punches have been landed so far by Floyd Mayweather. Uppercut on the inside by Floyd.
Hands free, hands free. Stop, 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 stop.
There's that quick uppercut by Mayweather. Starts out as a jab from that position, and then he throws a leaping uppercut, and then he's fast enough to get out of the way before being hit with a counter.
Now Cotto gets a chopping shot in there, but Floyd really looks like, you know, he's really commanding things. They both jump in together, nobody throws the punch, then Floyd jumps up, gets off the left hook, stands downstairs, touches underneath the right elbow, bangs him with the right hand, upstairs to the back of the head. Floyd sets up again, Cotto comes in but doesn't land anything. This guy is sensational as the Mayweather. He's so hard to hit. Mayweather the first round.
Okay, no boy, what you doing right now? I'm all game long. Too much skill for me. What you do? Make the fight easy. Make it easy. Up, one down. You gotta be all the way down. Give me some water. Go deep time. Look, that's it. Keep boxing. Keep boxing.
Hombro al lado. Trabaja yo.
Some blood up in the skull. I can't tell him where it's coming from. I don't think he's cut, but could be just some blood from the nose or inside the mouth. And we go round number 2. The Colonel Bob Short along with Dave Montepper with the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. And it started out fast with Cotto throwing punches early, but Mayweather just outboxing him through most of the first round. Cotto trying to get the pressure on him, but he can't get to this guy.
Watch what happens with the left-handed Mayweather down low. Cotto leads in, tries to score. What Mayweather has been able to do throughout his career, if that gets in like that, he'll throw the left hand and keep the guy away as he's advancing.
That time, Cotto picked him right up on his shoulder, and unlike the time that Bernard Hopkins got driven to the canvas, Cotto just straightened up and kind of shook his hand. Cotto trying to make a statement that I'm the stronger guy.
Successful, the message is sent right away. What you've got here is Mayweather darting in, landing the jab, darting straight back. Now when you go straight back,
hands-free, manos libres.
You're not supposed to be able to get away with that. But he does because he's quick. The Cotto's going to try to follow him when Mayweather goes straight back and try to get a big right hand in.
Mayweather constantly with a jab in the face of Cotto. Cotto just can't seem to catch up with his guys. It's hard on the inside. Even then, as Tony Weeks says, get the hands free, keep punching. This is an area where you expect Cotto to take advantage, but this guy's so loose. And finally, Cotto lands a couple shots, brings the crowd to life. A little over a minute to go in the second round of this fight. Floyd crashes the right hand with the left side of the skull, then the uppercut on the inside. This guy, you're right, he rolls his shoulders. He gets low shots off the ropes, and he's choosing to mix with Cotto. Now finally he comes off the ropes. But again, Floyd with pinpoint accuracy. That's usually what Cotto has, but nobody has pinpoint accuracy against the defensive tactics of Floyd Mayweather in the red trunks.
And he tempted fate by allowing Cotto to fire an uppercut at him on the inside. And then he's trying to turn and do the damage in here.
And he is doing the damage. He landed the uppercut, pawing to keeping Cotto off of him. Then he bends over to his right, always to his right side. And that, if any time, if Cotto could pick that up, is a really cracked him with the right hand. Floyd sometimes will drop the left hand, but usually on the inside he's throwing so much, you can't get a clean shot at this guy. And it's got to be frustrating for Miguel Cotto. That ends the second round, and again, I just think Mayweather just outboxing him.
Más activo la zona de contacto. Trabaja con la ola de defensa para que no te puentan los golpes. De repente lo buscó antes, lo empuja y trabajas tú. ¿Está bien? Vamos allá, campeón, vamos a subir ahora. Empezar a subir más activo, suéltate más. Si te sientes tenso, te vas atrás, mueve la pierna y ve con lo tuyo y tú eres abusador.
From the last round, Mayweather the jab in the right hand. C.H.E.L.P and then the right hand again, then the uppercut just missed. And then a nice, solid right hand. That's an exquisite six-punch combination for a guy that was trapped. Remember, he was in the corner just before he did that.
That's right, we're coming up to the third round. Things are looking tough right now for Miguel. I'll tell you another thing he can't do. You know, he just lingers there in what we call like kill zone or the hit zone. And you can't do that with Mayweather because he sees it. He is so sharp and so quick mentally in the ring that he will nail you. And he did that at the replay, showed that terrifically. Well, here we are in the third round. It's scheduled for 12. So far, Cotto hasn't done much offensively. He started first, but then in the first round, as the cheers go up for Cotto to try to inspire him, it really just inspires Mayweather even more when they consider him the bad boy, which he really isn't, folks. He's nowhere near as bad as he's portrayed.
He likes to play that role because he knows from a promotional aspect he has to. And look at that on the offside. He basically threw it what a southpaw would throw. The right cross there as he squared himself up.
He's got just enough power to keep a guy off balance. He's not a particularly big banger, but Floyd has got enough power to keep his opponent off balance all the time. Uppercut inside. He's standing straight up right now, and Cotto still can't get to him. Floyd shakes his head down. How frustrating is it to fight this guy? I mean, I thought it was going to be a different fight altogether. I thought Cotto was going to be able to land something. He can't get any power shots in this guy's hand. Nothing.
He's throwing those big left hooks and they're being caught in the gloves of Mayweather. You're talking about Cotto missing by 2 inches. I mean, we're not talking about wild missing.
Oh, no.
Just behind a hair.
Well, if you're a big puncher and you want to send your punches to a place to have a nap, in the pillows of the hands of Floyd Mayweather is a place you can take a nap with your hands. Because this guy catches a lot of big punches. Look at that. Overhand right as Cotto came in, bang, with the right hand goes Floyd Mayweather. That is phenomenal.
He's basically throwing what amounts to be right hand leads from the right hand style. And he gets away with it because he is so quick.
Yeah, I mean, ordinarily a guy would be so exposed. I mean, he carries his left hand low as he is right now. Cotto really doesn't see it, though. He caught him with a glancing right hand low that time. Mayweather looking and dictating. He's so bright in the ring. And that's the thing that people forget. This guy knows what he's doing. The fact that I realized when I saw him come in the leather pants doesn't even faze him.
Mono
He didn't care if the match get heavy. He thinks of the guy who's 31 years old, 4 years younger than he is older than he is. What a great attitude for a fighter.
Stop.
Round 3 about to go into the books. Another good round for Floyd Mayweather Jr. Just doing a nice job. 10-9 rounding every round over Miguel Cotto.
Good box kick. Keep it on the box kick.
No, it's a tag. It's a tag.
No. It's all good. That's me in my nose. You don't need that. It's a tag. You just want to do a tag.
Yeah, I know.
Tag. Oh, you just keep going what you're doing right now. Bring it easy.
Beautiful. Keep breaking it.
I get up on it.
Nice and relaxed.
Here's Mayweather mixing it up with Cotto. Talked about the good defense. Look at the elbow up.
Seconds
blocks
up.
that one, blocks it with the shoulder. Cotto does get one through. He's landed 26 of 138 punches. About that 20% mark that Mayweather has been at for his career.
Even on the inside, Dave, the replay shows he hangs the left hand low and uses his shoulder to parry off punches. The guy is just extraordinary. You're watching a real ring genius. Maybe one of the greatest fighters of all time, Floyd Mayweather. Because believe you me, Miguel Cotto is some kind of tough and he's a terrific fighting joke. But he just can't do anything with this kid so far. We're in round 4 at the MGF Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. I'm the Colonel Bob Shane along with Dave Montefo. Hope that you're enjoying this one wherever you're watching. Miguel trying to do everything he can possibly do with footwork to get Floyd to the win. Where he can nail him, but Floyd keeps him up. Even though 2 of them were taken on the gloves, the third one's taken on the chin. That one was dropped underneath the eye. Floyd just looks like he knows exactly what he's doing. He's in his office in there. He loves this time as he passes the left side of the Miguel. Here he goes, picking it up again. And all of a sudden, he's turned the crowd around. It wanted to be for Cotto. But you have to admire, no matter what you think of the attitude of Floyd Mayweather, no matter what you think of him outside the ring, inside the ring, pure genius.
You're looking at a craftsman and a surgeon. Things he does on the defense that we showed you, keeping fighters to 20%, toying with you, and he's on the inside. And now he shifts it to offense and he staggered Cotto.
Goes upstairs. If they call Frankie Randall when he was champion, the surgeon, he'd be doing things like knees, and Floyd Mayweather is the surgeon to be doing the brain. That's the difference in the surgeons.
Striker is on the move. He cuts inside. He's heading towards the box. He shoots. Goal!
When we're out together, dancing cheek to cheek.
Stop. I got you.
He has this instinctive knack of sensing a millimeter of weakness in his opponent and springing into an attack.
And that's his cerebral advantage. But you know something, the other thing is he has so much pride that physically he really works, and you can't take that away from him. Look at his body. His Cotto tries to put pressure on. He doesn't grab him, he pushes back, bends down, comes with a sneaky uppercut. Even as Cotto touches him a little bit, they're not big shots because he's rolling their shoulders. And he lands the big one. Big one with an uppercut that time. Snaps the head back at Miguel Cotto. I was right in front of us, Dave. And you just watch the genius of this kid. I haven't seen him fight any better.
And he toyed with Cotto. He let Cotto land one to get close enough for himself.
Stop. I got you.
Right hand, he's got a 15-3 edge in power shots this round. Going back about 15 seconds, and he's added to that. And this is utter artistry from the heavyweight.
And he lands another looping right hand shot as the bell ends the 4th round, and it's all Mayweather. Every round, 10-9. I said I think this is the best he's ever done. I mean it.
En la zona de contacto, campeón. En la zona cuando cerrado, o trabaja, te pones para la derecha y te putea esa, no te pones para más. Vamos a buscar la zona de contacto y trabajar. Inicia con golpes rectos y pasos repetidos, ¿ok? Y después tú eres...
You can read the fighter's face. It's a...
Pásate al lado, ahora. Ahí. Vamos, cojones, ahora no te voy a subir. Vamos allá. Coge él. Vamos, ahí mismo.
Mayweather, after blocking a few, looks jab, throws right hand. See? How many fighters can do that? That's a classic jab stance. And he started with the jab, but he turned it into a right hand midstream.
By the time Cotto realized that he's got to hold his chin down because he knew he was going to get hit because he was trying to block the jab. This is round 5. This guy does things as subtle as the great Ricardo Lopez, who I thought was the greatest boxer I've ever seen in my life. I'm beginning to think that Floyd Mayweather might be the best I've ever seen now. Here's Cotto trying to give it a shot here. He doesn't catch Floyd clean, though. Pushes Floyd back in. Floyd up and down. He doesn't need to stay in here. He can walk down the ropes, but he chooses to. He's Tony with the guy. He's not talking with him. He's doing it with his actions.
You don't have to do this against the power guy. You can tease a guy with no power and try to sucker him into something.
He wants to, Dave. He wants to show this guy what a good fighter. There's no bad blood between these guys leading up to this fight. Uppercuts on the inside by Floyd. Cotto's going to be saying, well, what do you have to do with this guy? Look at the hand speed of Floyd. Cotto still lands a couple of decent heavy punches. But everything that Floyd's throwing is catching a piece of Miguel Cotto, including two big uppercuts there.
He gets Cotto to come to him, blocks a couple, and then scores. And if he could consistently win the inside battle, he would be able to take the heart away from Cotto because this is Cotto's game.
Well, the thing is, the fact of the matter is, Dave, he is winning the inside battle with Cotto. And that's Cotto's kitchen, as you mentioned, but not tonight. So far.
And if you take the uppercut right hand, you take that away from Cotto,
that's the way I see it right now. Well into the fifth round here with about a minute to go. Cotto doing everything he can to land some power shots. Floyd just keeps rolling with him. Then he uses that uppercut with the right hand, upstairs, downstairs, now back with the left. Now he rolls it out there, but making this guy miss with what should be his territory in this corner with Floyd's back up against the ropes. And Cotto can't get clean to land his shot or create distance. When he does, it sails over the head of Floyd Mayweather Jr. Now time to get caught. Finally, he landed one, but it doesn't hurt Mayweather because he's in such great shape. And again, I don't know why Mayweather chooses to stay here, but he wants to mix with a guy in his territory. Calls with him a couple and loads up his right hand. This guy is some kind of fighter. Being a genius. 15 seconds to go in the 5th round. When you consider just how good Cotto is, it's even much more significant what Floyd Mayweather is doing right now. I don't know what Manny Pacquiao's watching right now in the Philippines. He said he wasn't going to watch the fight, but you can be sure he is.
Go ahead.
Ponle ahí abajo. Sí, okay.
50-45 as we go to the 6th round. Mayweather Jr. winning every round in the fight.
¿Cómo te sientes, campeón? ¿Cómo te sientes? Ay, cerradito. Doble defensa con los tacos.
In the past round, Mayweather decides to fight on the inside. So Cotto lets him land one, and then watch how he comes back. Boom, the left hand, blocks another one, lines up, gets another one through, one's partially blocked. He's toying with a guy who's attacking him. Cotto does land the left hook on him, though. Makes you question the strategy a little bit. But Mayweather is non-stop action and shows so much. And doesn't get caught with a little thing with the glove, though.
All right, this is round number 6 of the MGM Grand Garden Arena. This much anticipated fight with Floyd Mayweather facing incarceration next month for 3 months. And then the anticipation of the Pacquiao fight. He doesn't think he needs Manny Pacquiao. The world would love to see it. Cotto got a piece of that jaw that time as he came in. You know, the booker and Miguel has plenty of power. That time Floyd didn't get the roll. Then finally comes off the ropes. Mayweather in the red trunks. Cotto having the first good 45 seconds that he's had in any round. And just as I say that, Floyd goes back, tap upstairs, tap downstairs, gets him off balance, cracks him with the right hand. Doesn't hurt him, but keeps him off balance. One of the few times in the fight you see them in the center ring. A little bit of puffiness below the left eye of Floyd Mayweather Jr.
I think for Mayweather, the key thing is to stay outside. He might have tried to prove a point on the inside. Not necessary. He can stay outside with the 5-inch reach. Don't give that away. If you're going to toy with the guy, toy with him from outside. Use the reach. Set some traps for Cotto. But you don't have to let him come all the way in and then trade with him and raise his hopes for late.
You know, that hook that Floyd had might have taken a little bit out of him because he's got a bloody nose. I assume it's coming from his nose and not from up around his eye. But the chance go up for Cotto because Cotto's having his best minute and a half of any round in the fight, trying to put pressure on Floyd. Floyd just grins at him now. Floyd looks like a guy, hey, you're in my office, now I'm going to come back after you. It's like a kid in the street. You don't hit a guy because you're afraid of what he might do to you. Well, he's not afraid of what anybody's going to do to him.
That's a nice move there by Mayweather. Let him set the trap and he does.
You know, Bernard Hopkins is one of the best for setting traps. This kid, I got to say, is equal right to the task with him. Floyd, in a round that's been a more difficult round for him, still just winning in there. I still think Dakota's winning this round, by the way. And if he does continue and does win the round, it'll be the first round he's won in the fight.
Stop.
Tony Weeks has done a terrific job keeping this thing under control. The referee. Closing seconds of the 6th round. Cotto can sustain for a few more seconds here in this round. All right. Every time it seems like Floyd has just got the timing when that last second is going to tick off, and he unleashes a whale of a left hook. He hasn't landed it yet. Sooner or later, he's going to catch Cotto in the last second.
Every time I get a ball once in a while. You keep taking that motherfucker. Learn.
Mayweather may have taken that round off, but he's not hopping and bumping it.
Keep walking that motherfucker. He ready to quit now.
The beautiful Corona girls.
Hey, vamos allá. Tiene la mano adelante, no se la quite. Ahora cuando él, ahora cuando tú decías bucear. Vamos.
Seconds out.
Well, we go to the second half of the fight. The big question now is, can Cotto sustain what he did in the 6th round, or did, in fact, Mayweather just decide to take a round off? Mayweather doesn't look like he's starting out like he's taking this round off as he goes to the jab right away, trying to sucker Cotto into counter. This is one of the very best counter punches in the history of boxing. Cotto's a decent counter puncher himself, but he'd like to unleash some power. Floyd lands. Floyd technically throws his jab perfectly. He's so quick with that half uppercut, half hook. He's quick with his hook. Just a sensational offensive and defensive fight.
If he can stay on the outside and jab and hook, Mayweather can make the fight even easier for himself and doesn't have to try and rumble in Cotto's pitching.
Not his nature, Davey boy. You're absolutely right, but it's not his nature. He cracked Cotto that time. Just before that, he got through the last time. It was blocked in the back of the hand of Miguel Cotto.
But all this good work in this round coming from the outside. He can start his power from the outside, too. He can even rumble from the outside by setting things up and utilizing that reach.
Oh, for sure. He's so quick on his feet. He throws his jab technically perfectly off that back foot. He has his left shoulder tucked away in. He has such great vision carrying that left hand low because he knows how fast it is. And in that case, Cotto let some really good hand speed go, but nothing landed. Again, to the well, no water.
In this case, that's because the well's a little too far away. With Mayweather doing an excellent job so far in this round in directing his attack from a spot where he can utilize his reach. Look what he's got going here, all from the outside. The jab and a double left hook downstairs.
Now he uses his elbow or his shoulder a little bit to prop up the face of Miguel Cotto, and he cracks him with the right hand. Another right hand down in the rear. Gotta be frustrating for Miguel. And don't forget, Miguel's one of the very best fighters in the world as well.
Stop.
And he's just like getting a boxing lesson from the master tonight. Looks like that right underneath the right eye of Miguel is about to pop. Very much swollen underneath the right eye. Nobody has been down. The only blood we've seen is come from the nose of Floyd Mayweather. Nobody really cut the fight.
Stop.
Cotto tries to plod forward, but it's the hand speed of Mayweather again. Mayweather's going to win this round just by outboxing him from the outside. Watch and see if it happens right at the bell. No, he doesn't throw it that time.
That was quintessential Mayweather. Exactly the kind of round I think he should be putting together time after time. He'll make Cotto make mistakes from out there.
You have to catch that body, motherfucker. He make quick, motherfucker. Catching that body.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Leave it alone.
Keep catching that body.
I got it.
Keep turning. The man speed.
Hey, vamos.
Vamos, papi, saca tu condición, saca tu condición.
Vamos, ahora cerraigo. Inicia un paso repetido y golpe combinado. Cerraigo, vamos. Esa es la combinación ahora, no más nada.
Mayweather outside, setting everything up. Nice hook gets there. Takes one. That was one of Cotto's rare moments in that round.
Colonel Bob Sherman along with Dave Bontempo. This is terrific stuff. Floyd Mayweather Jr. up front in this fight. We're in the 8th round now. For Mayweather, it's been an absolute boxing clinic. Look at this, Mayweather working on the inside, clipping him with shots. Oh, look at the uppercut in there, Dave. I mean, this guy is absolutely sensational tonight. Cotto trying to get back, but just can't seem to land a clean shot. Weeks this time, trying to push him back. Tony Weeks watching to make sure it's clean.
Watch how Mayweather leads back against the ropes to get a little bit of propulsion and then springs forward for the uppercut. He's trying to set up the uppercut here. And he's trusting the shoulder. The fans are going crazy. The stuff is not getting in.
Yeah, from afar it looks like Cotto's doing a real job on him. But in reality, that's why it's very difficult when he's sitting in an arena, if you're not in the first couple rows, to realize just how crafty this guy is. Look at this. With all the stuff that Cotto's thrown, that one or two uppercuts that Floyd has landed have been bigger punches. Halfway through the round. How about the pace of this fight?
Terrific pace. And Mayweather is seeing the uppercuts. And, you know, we talk about his percentage. He holds opponents to 20% or less, and Cotto is less than. But it's remarkable because it's not in the keep-away version. He puts his chin on wrist all the time. He continually takes straight. But he gets away with it because he's so quick.
He's so quick and he has such confidence in his conditioning that he can take a hit from now and every once in a while. And Cotto just doesn't seem to have the power tonight that he gets up with this guy. Part of that is because he's constantly getting belted. You see, Cotto's just not landing clean shots all day.
Well, he's showing a lot of good determination. Here's Mayweather going southpaw for a second. But there, when he's toying with Cotto, he breathes a little life into the guy. Doesn't have to do that.
Cotto trying to put the pressure on the guy now.
Opponents to 20% or less, and Cotto is less than. But it's remarkable because it's not in the keep-away version. He puts his chin on wrist all the time. He continually takes straight. But he gets away with it because he's so quick.
He's so quick and he has such confidence in his conditioning that he can take a hit from now and every once in a while. And Cotto just doesn't seem to have the power tonight that he gets up with this guy. Part of that is because he's constantly getting belted. You see, Cotto's just not landing clean shots all day.
Well, he's showing a lot of good determination. Here's Mayweather going southpaw for a second. But there, when he's toying with Cotto, he breathes a little life into the guy. Doesn't have to do that.
Cotto trying to put the pressure on the guy now. Crowd would love to see him drop Mayweather. I don't know. Floyd is just too good. And they'll say that Cotto comes in and Mayweather hits him like he's hitting the speed guard. Now he comes off the rope saying, "Now you didn't hurt me. I'll watch and see if he opens it up for the last 10 seconds." But you know something, Cotto made it still in this round. With all the aggressiveness, now we know it wasn't especially effective aggressiveness, but I think the judge is going to give that round to Cotto.
And it's a giveaway by Mayweather, especially after what we pointed out in round 7. No need for him to be on the inside. After that great round 7 he had.
And away from the fact the judges gave that last round to Miguel Cotto, and it's a whole different kettle of fish here.
You got bloody nose here from Mayweather.
¡Empújalo, ala! ¡Ya todo ahí! ¡Vamos, cojones!
Cotto turns it on at the end of the round as Mayweather fights in Cotto's office. Jab getting through that bloodies the nose there. And that plays well at home. Cotto's life.
All right, I've got 4 rounds separating the fighters if you give Cotto the 6th and the 8th round. With 4 rounds to go. Let's see what Cotto can do.
Stop. I got you, let him go.
He seems very confident, too, with his arm hung out over the head of Floyd Mayweather. But Floyd Mayweather, his boxing is so sensational. I don't know why he wants to fight on the ropes, but for some reason he does.
And, okay, you might score a knockout in there. You may push the guy back a bit, try to beat him in his game. But you also make him think he's got a better shot in this fight. And look at the crowd now into it because of what happened in the last round. In
is boxing at its very, very best at the ultimate level. Cotto trying to do everything he can do to grab this round for Floyd Mayweather. Upstairs, he needs to cover the uppercut now. Where's he hiding that? Instead, Floyd Mayweather does. With 2 or 3 uppercuts, only one gets through. But as Cotto decided to engage and he came forward, Mayweather steps back with his left foot and cracks him to the left side of the skull with the right hand. I mean, these aren't things that you learn. These are things that are instinct for a fighter.
How often does a guy just walk into a right-hand lead like that when he's in nominal pursuit? And Cotto has.
And just, you know, when you see him on the inside, you know that Floyd's thinking about everything he's doing. I mean, it's not just automatic. You know, put this guy in close control and let him fight. Cotto trying to keep the pressure on him. And Mayweather when he gets some room there, huh?
That's why I think the outside is where he ought to be. You want to mix it up a little bit now and then, but on the outside, he's been flawless and exciting.
He flies him and pushes him into the ropes to show some of his power to Cotto. You know, from Cotto's perspective, with the, you know, the pace of this fight is going, he's going to be thinking he's winning this fight. And the crowd ain't doing like this, because this is another decent round for Miguel Cotto. Almost too close to call is that round. There's the bell ending the 9th round. That one's too close to call me. I think that the judges will go both ways in that. I'll put it down on my score sheet as an even round. Well, it's not an even round. The judges won't score it now.
That was a Mayweather round.
Rounds to go. 4, maybe 5 rounds separating the two fighters in favor of Mayweather.
Se ha ido igual. Y pon tu preparación. ¿Cómo da? Claro, vamos entonces. Vamos, coja ahí. José, ya estuvo.
Nobody's been down, nobody's been shaken. Bruising around the eyes and cheeks of Miguel Cotto. Blood has come from the nose in the 6th and the 8th round of Floyd Mayweather Jr. We're in round number 10 at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. The Colonel Bob showed me with Dave Bontempo. We just hope wherever you're watching this that you're enjoying it as much as we are. And the crowd in attendance, by the way, has been a buzz the entire fight. Anytime Cotto does anything, they absolutely come alive. Problem is, there's been few and far between because Mayweather is just such a great fighter. Cotto trying to get some pressure, but he can't get a solid shot upstairs. Instead, Floyd, right hand, uppercut.
The great stuff he's been doing in this fight. We've got a package of it in the first minute of this round. Outside, landing the jab, forcing Cotto to come to him, landing right hand leads, and dictating the entire pace of the fight.
And you can tell him there with the grip that Cotto has. Just so bad, baby boy. And he just can't hit it.
And he's just missing. He's
wide shot. Another fact, he's just barely missing it. And that's the skill of the great defense of Floyd Mayweather. I mean, because Cotto's known as a pinpoint puncher.
Mayweather showing him some healthy respect in this round with the outside warfare thus far. Now he goes into inside mode again. Doesn't need to.
Floyd making him work, that's for sure. Floyd hanging on, trying to grab a 7-second breather if he can. Hang on, trying to get Tony Weeks to come in. That gives him a chance to take a step back. Minute to go in the 10th round. Cotto continues to try to apply pressure. Mayweather continues to counterpunch him. Caught him with a nice looping right hand that time. Look at how sneaky that jab is. That one came from the hip right into the face of Cotto.
No, not audio. Sorry.
Easy. Can't get no get back.
Put more water. Put more water in him out. He's in good shape. I'm glad.
In great shape, Dave.
I'm gonna give the he's on the outside. He's terrific. Mayweather's all about sneaky, right? Quick uppercut there in the right hand. An unorthodox look to it.
Seconds out.
Now that looked better, but that got blocked by Mayweather at the end of the round.
I'm surprised if Cotto hasn't done more of that with his own uppercut, because he has a decent uppercut. Anyway, here we go to round 11 at the MGM Grand
Yo,
Garden
I'm saying though,
Las
like,
Vegas,
it be.
Nevada. WBA Super Welterweight
Yo,
Championship
audio
of the
is
world.
crazy.
WBC Diamond Belt.
Like, I don't got this ear fully on.
That's a super championship.
Like, why I hear niggas in my ear for?
Floyd Mayweather up on his toes, as is Miguel Cotto.
My bad, my bad.
30 seconds
My
just
bad.
about gone here, and not much has happened in round number 11. Both guys shots will be showing some sort of fatigue, although they don't look real sloppy. They're both pretty tight in all their movement. Floyd up on his toes, doesn't seem to want to engage. Cotto trying to get to him.
That footwork.
I keep thinking, looking in there, that Floyd's trying to wear down the legs of Cotto, but it's Cotto who has
And none of them hurt, bro.
Cotto's trying to come after Floyd.
Just because you're bleeding on me, it hurt.
Mayweather.
Now when I say the overlegs,
Hurt. Oh, let me not. I'm gonna start speaking back. Hurt depends on how much you can take.
Advantage for Miguel Cotto.
So I'm Brazilian argue because it might look like it. It might look like, oh, he's bleeding, he hurt. That nigga not hurt. He good. Watch this.
You know what I said in the late rounds of that leather with
Hurt is dictated off of how much you can take. So if you can't take much, you're gonna get hurt very fast.
By the way, folks, you're not bothering his legs.
Yo, let me write that shit down.
Great ones can.
What the fuck?
Fighting the other guy's fight, which he's chosen to do a few times in this contest. And yet he bounces off, lands some uppercuts here on Cotto.
As Cotto lands a combination, but he doesn't hurt Mayweather again. Mayweather comes back downstairs, Cotto upstairs. Look at these combination of punches. Cotto tries to keep him in the corner. Floyd is trying to grab a breath right here right now as he hangs on the hands. Now watch, as soon as he gets room, watch how quick his hands are. Bang, bang.
That's powerful.
Now he makes Cotto hang on.
Because people like to say it hurt. People like to throw that shit
He's trying to
around.
grab a breather right here.
Oh, I'm hurt. You hurt, we hurt.
10 to 15-second breather while looking like he's busier than Floyd Mayweather.
That's what the special fighters can do. And here he is again, where he should be, on the outside with the jab and the right hand. Cotto has no answer for this. When Mayweather's outside, he is untouchable.
And here he is now, just putting a little explanation point on it for the judges' scorecard as we're inside of 15 seconds to go in this 11th and next to final round of the fight. Cotto gets whacked with the left hand to the side of the head. The bell ends round number 11. A
let me put it like this. Let me put it like this, right? I'm getting into boxing and shit. So I'm really starting to understand shit on a different level. But Floyd, that nigga been an outside shooter like Curry since he came in. His outside range has been his weapon. You feel me? So if we connected to basketball, Curry came in, he changed the game where like you had to respect him now on the outside. But if you can't respect him on the outside, don't you already know what he about to do when he get in there. The floaters, all that. So and they didn't want that. The passing, that's what, being a point guard. They didn't want him to get inside because then he could do too much. They wanted to keep him outside. If you keep him outside, that's where his secret, not even secret no more, but like that's a skill. Same with Floyd. Y'all gonna wanna get inside but once you start doing that, you don't even understand how much more of a weapon he becomes, how much more of an all-around player he becomes. So now you keep him on his game where he wants you to keep him, which is outside. That's what he likes to do. He works on his weakness. His weakness became his strength that made all his other attributes naturally just go up. Just go up. Naturally. So the perception of his weakness now became his strength that he uses against you. Even though that low-key might be his weakness. Like, he might work so much on the inside mid-range game because he knows that people know that he likes to be on the outside. Not saying he don't, but he get in there, he works on that even more where like naturally, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't even want to break it down. But that's what it takes to be great. That's what it takes to be great.
Constantemente, trabajando 3 minutos, trabajando. Último round. Ok, vamos allá ahora, sácalo de ring. Sin desesperar, sácalo.
I have it on my score sheet. Mayweather 108, Cotto 102. So
this nigga
definitely take a knockout for Cotto.
This nigga dying.
An upset it still could be. But this guy, Miguel Cotto, he came here, tremendous shape, a tremendous fight. He's almost out of time and almost out of gas.
One more round. One more round. One more round.
All right, here we go. Round number 12, the 12th and final round. And the crowd has really been entertained tonight in spite of the fact that Mayweather is so far out in front. Meanwhile, they don't know that Mayweather is so far out in front. And so the crowd afar, it looks like, Cotto may have landed heavier blows and may have kept the pressure on the whole fight. But the thing is, in tight where we are, you can see what a great job that Mayweather has done throughout the fight.
And through round 11, Mayweather 161 of 628. And Cotto 100 of 478. Punches landed, and again, Cotto right around that 20% mark that Mayweather opponents are stuck with.
And that's what it's all about with Floyd. Floyd back downstairs now with a minute almost gone here in the 12th and final round. The chant goes up for Cotto, Cotto, Cotto. And again, the crowd is so enthusiastic because they cannot possibly realize how far out in front in this fight that Mayweather is.
Another excellent two-punch combination, the jab and the right hand by Mayweather.
I mean, I said it. He will drag this fight out. But then again, like that just shows sportsmanship. I know the dog that Mayweather is. I know the dog that Mayweather is. It just shows, like, even though I mean, it just depends how you want to see it, but I just know the dog that he is and like what Yeah, but if it was me, the dog that I am, I would have tried to make this fight as quick as possible. But the fact that he did allow it to go 12 rounds, allow the fans to get what they wanted, all that, man, that's sportsmanship all in it. And even in this fight, like you could just tell, like he giving respect to this dude. Cause this dude, I'm not saying that like this dude is bad, but you could just tell. You could just, I mean, maybe I could just tell. Maybe I need to stop doing that, expecting that shit. I could just tell, like, off of just the body language and everything, like, word, he giving him respect. Like, look how open his face is right now in this freeze cam. And Floyd is looking at that. There's no way, like, the dog that, yo, like, he did that to me in the third round. Yeah, all right. But that's what I said. It's outside sportsmanship. It's outside of him. You know, it's for the money too. You know, people ain't gonna keep paying for this if they don't get to show that they want, and that's what it come down to.
Now this Cotto trying to pick up some last minute and 20-second fury here. Floyd still up in his.
Also, Floyd tired as hell too. I could tell. Like, I could tell. So like he conserve himself as much as he can, but I think yeah.
Cotto stops, pops again. Comes out with the jets. Backs away from the power of Miguel Cotto, as he's been able to do at will.
But he tried to conserve himself and not get punched as much, but he's still trying to land some blows because it's the last round. So he tried to get. And look at his look at his feet. Look at it. Look at his feet. Just those them punches.
Right hand followed by the left uppercut.
Look
Again,
like
the uppercut.
oh my gosh. Yep.
Cotto's right to stagger.
I'm saying.
Had to hang on for just a second here. Floyd would love to take this guy out in the final round. Boy, he's giving him some boxing lesson. What a show Floyd Mayweather has put on. My heart goes out to Miguel Cotto because he's worked so hard. Floyd is just totally outclassed. A tremendous classy fighter in Miguel Cotto. 40 seconds to go in the fight now. Both guys trying to get a final win for the final breeze down the home stretch. Cotto frustrated by the fact he hasn't been able to hurt this guy. With 24 seconds to go in the fight. Floyd just sort of sucking him in, doing what he does so well. He'll plant and try to finish strong here.
And let me say this too, like I'll be watching shit like this on different levels. Like on a spectator, commentator, player, coach. And one thing about veterans that like experience do matter, even though you may have a lot of skills, like of course as a veteran, you need to keep your skills up too, because as a veteran, you understanding that there's younger cats that's faster than you. So you gotta even be more sharp in a sense. But as a veteran, it's like you see it in every sport. You see it in every sport. Like to the naked eye, you thinking like, oh, it's a good fight, is it? But then what happens when you at the end? Like it's not how you start, it's how you finish it. And how you conserve yourself, how you calculate things, and it's more than just trying to get knockout rounds every single. That was in a younger age. Floyd did that when he first came in. You feel me? But as you start to learn to be more sharper, to be more conservative, your body get all this shit plays, and you can see like within the last 40 seconds, and that's usually what happens. Like in any sport. Last moments of the game where you thinking like this shit about to end. Yup. And mind you, I mean, this fight, Floyd was bringing it out the whole time, but like for it to drag out until 12th round, and then now he's just landing shit that you like. That's the veteran shit that like people don't see. Like that's the veteran shit where like, yeah, okay, now this is my time. But, and it teaches a person a lesson too that like, yo, you gonna feel this shit. Word. In the 12th round. Uh-huh.
Blast Miguel Cotto. Almost out of time now. Inside of 10 seconds to go in this fight. They'll battle to the bell. Cotto still tries to be aggressive, but it's not going to be enough. Floyd Mayweather, I believe, has won this WBA Super Welterweight Championship in fine style.
We saw some things tonight that were as vintage Mayweather as anything we have ever seen from him.
Yo.
With the speed, the outside.
Yo, boxing, bro. Nigga. Boxing's yeah, word. Like, boxing, you talk about blood, sweat, and tears. And I know what blood, sweat, tears is. But boxing, and not even boxing, like obviously UFC, any type of fighting sport, yo. That's blood, sweat, and tears. 12 rounds. Going head to head, taking blows, hitting blows, calculations. Yo, that's a man's sport. Like, you playing chess in real life with somebody else's, like, I mean, not their life, because obviously, like, I'm not saying you can't kill somebody, but, you know, throwing hands in and with yeah, it's very, you know, OSHA 10 is around the corner making sure everything is good. So, you ain't gonna die, but that's you know, you battling. You out there on the war, like, it's a different adrenaline. I don't know. When I watch it like this, it just get me wanting to, like, start letting niggas know who I am. Start getting in the boxing scene too. You feel me? Start. Wait on me, bro. I be doing this shit.
To me, the lead right hand, the ability to change on the fly. He puts it all together.
A lot of people in Cotto's corner think he's won this fight. His wife thinks he's won it. But I don't think so. Not my long shot. I haven't scored 118, 111.
It was a good fight.
Patricia Morse-John and Dave Moretti will render the final verdict of this one.
It was a good fight. I would say that. It was definitely a good fight. That brother did good, but look like, you know that saying, like, you should see the other guy. You know, look at Floyd, look at, like, and I get it. Black don't crack. You know, that's true too. But you watch the game, there's a reason why. You know, look, hey, you feel me? Them shits hurt. Them shits hurt. Yup. Them shits hurt. Yup. Caught him. Okay. Still caught that one. He was getting shots though. That's what I'm saying. You got to take him and get him. It's not a. I'm saying though. Hurt. Hurt is dictated by how much you can take, which means how much have you got hurt before, in a sense, or how much have you learned? Because in a sense, you don't even need to get hurt to learn. But usually people get lessons through they hurt. So how much did you get hurt would dictate on what your hurt really look like. Cause he could look like he bleeded and all that shit, but nah. That's what experience comes with. I've been hit so many times. I take that.
Welcome to Iron Beam, the future of futures trading. With our cutting-edge chart trading feature and 300+ indicators.
I don't think they understand it. Bro, what is going on, bro? This is shit I'm talking about. Which is slow ass PC.
And still undefeated. For money.
Now the crowd's really buzzing and they're really cheering for that one. But you know, we had 118, 111.
Y'all upset?
Money.
Why? Why though? Why are you upset? Huh? Niggas blind. I'm saying though, like, yeah, it looked like to the naked eye, it looked like it was like a good fight. Well, that's where it's supposed to look like. But you can just tell who the veteran is. You can just tell. You can just tell. You can tell. You mad? Well, you mad? Okay, so in this world, there's good and bad, right? Yin and yang, good and evil. So it really just falls on how you perceived it. Floyd was already bound to win this off of a just like stats, statistics, track record, just who he is. You know, it's already bound, you know, but people want a good fight. So, you know, they want people to, you know, spend the bread, get some bread, you know, all that. Money gotta flow. So they hype it up. They get y'all to be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Even within the fight, you know? Not saying that the other dude couldn't hold his own, but Floyd, like, is really bigger than just Floyd. He had to make it a good fight. I'll be watching these fights and I'd be like, dang, like, it really went to 12 rounds. Which means, like, even as a veteran, you gotta learn to take hits. You gotta learn that, like, bro, it's bigger than just trying to go out there and get knockout punches and everything like that. Because, like, yeah, that's cool. But then you learn the cons to it, the body wear. You learn that you become even more vulnerable, and you start fighting against time. Where like when you start to get some wisdom, you start fighting with time. You start going to understand that it's more about sharpness. It's more about, you know, being able to take the punches. You know, being able to be in a gym, perfect your punches, and knowing that you've punched more than most. You feel me? You start working with it. Start working with that motherfucker. So I'm saying, like, everything ain't from off a perspective, and to wrap this up, you know, you mad that they lost, but they were gonna lose regardless. And you just fell on the losing side. And they already knew that there was gonna be a winner, there's gonna be a loser. There's good and bad. There's yin and yang. There's a winner. There's a loser. You fell short tonight, you know? Don't be upset. Learn how to get through these times so that next time you don't got to be as upset. You could just be like, you know what? You eat that shit and you get back. You get back into it.
It's just that Floyd Mayweather is that great, folks. I mean, because Cotto's a terrific fighter, a wonderful fighter. And now we see what happens. Everyone's waiting.
Even commentary, you know? Commentary, yeah. I'm talking too much. Talking too much.
I'm sure Floyd is in much better humor than he is for this fight than he was for the controversial ending.
Talking too much. Talking too much. That was a good fight, though. Real good fight. Real good fight.
As soon as Larry has Floyd, we will go to the interview. But a wonderful, wonderful effort by Miguel Cotto. And again,
thank you, Jim. And to end the suspense, I want to let you all know that Floyd graciously came to me yesterday and apologized for the incident last September. And I accepted it, and thank you for doing that very much.
Thank you, Larry. Thank you.
I appreciate it. You haven't been in a battle royal like this for a long time. What was it like?
Well, you know, when it's pay-per-view and the fans are paying and the fans are coming out to see you, you want to get the fans excitement.
Yeah.
That hasn't happened before, though.
Listen, Floyd.
Okay, Jeff. You were blooded tonight.
Floyd,
you
you
saying
saying
giving the fans excitement? That comes with the territory. Sometimes we got to suck it up and fight hard. Miguel Cotto was a tough competitor.
Floyd, wait, hold on. It's like you saying the same shit that I just said. Wait, hold on. Wait, say that again? Floyd. What you say, bro?
Long time. What was it like?
Well, you know, when it's pay-per-view and the fans are paying and the fans are coming out to see you, you want to get the fans excitement.
That hasn't happened before, though. You haven't. I mean, this is.
Now, to the naked eye, you know, to you, it's like, oh, he did just say that. But now it's like, look at this nigga in the background, smiling, cheesing as hell, because he making some money. From the Mayweather promotions. In the background, it's not even about that. It's about the brand. You know, the brand wants Mayweather to make sure that he can give the fans a good time. Because the more of a good time you give them, the more money we make. We make more money off of your name. Guess what? You make more money too. So Mayweather, that's why he's Money Mayweather, because he understood that from the moment, from the jump, from the get-go. He say, yes, sir. What do you need me to do? Give a good fight? And I can win it? Okay. He just stayed in the gym. He just made sure that nobody was able to touch him. That he made sure that he kept his five, I think is head to world championships. You know, I don't know the terms for the boxing too much, but I know he got 5 of them, John. I know he got 5 of them. That's what I know. I call him 5 rings. I play ball. I call him 5 rings. 5 of them joints. So he made sure his brand. Now he got his own guard in boxing because he perfected it. So he just made sure he made the money, perfected his craft, made sure he won fights, made sure it made it look good. You know? He said, if you make a mistake, you're gonna pay. And boxing exploits that. Not even just in the ring, but you know, as a brand too. You make a mistake, you're gonna pay. You want to match up with me. And you gonna pay. You're gonna pay me, but you're gonna pay. You feel me?
You were blooded tonight.
Yeah, well, that's about giving the fans excitement. That comes with the territory. Sometimes we got to suck it up and fight hard.
Sometimes we gotta suck it up and fight hard. Sometimes we gotta take punches. We gotta know how to deal with the pain, to deal with the hurt, because at the end of the day, we gotta give these fans what they want to see. But just know, if you bet against me, you fucked up, because I'm in the gym every day. Like, don't get that mixed up. Even though I make sure that these fights look good and polished, I'm being polished every time. Every time. So you bet against me, I'm going to make you pay. You feel me? And he was one of the people that could really hold on to that. A lot of people can't hold on to that because they don't like to be. They don't like to be in that gym. They don't like to be hitting that motherfucker. So they pay.
Was a tough competitor. I knew this wasn't going to be an easy fight. So, you know, I had to go out there and execute the game plan and fight my heart out.
You felt your blood. What message does that send to you in a fight? Because we don't often see that.
Well, Miguel Cotto is a future Hall of Famer. He's not a pushover. He's tough. He's solid. I fought him at the weight that he wanted to fight at, 154, no catch weight. And He's a tough competitor. What else could I say?
What did he do that made it such a hard fight and gave you an opportunity to fight hard?
He came to fight. He didn't come for survival. He came to fight. So when you come to fight, and you
let me. I'm the type of nigga that just gone. I'm the type of nigga that pause and speak my mind. Shit come up, it's gonna come out. Period. You feel me? Let me be honest. Like just being, it don't take much for you to see shit like this. When a niggas when a nigga like me, right? When we say just know everything is calculated. You feel me? A nigga don't gotta say if it's off the top. Is calculated, right? So the fact that the nigga said, well, he's a good fighter, and you know, well, that's for the fans. That's beautiful because you know, what's in this nigga head is like, no, I would like, yo, if this was a street fight and it wasn't no cameras, no money, no nothing, like, bro, it only would take me what, like probably 15 seconds to understand where your weakness is, and but it's different. It's different. And that's across the board. I'm just speaking on Mayweather's behalf because you know that's a brother. So I already know when we say yup, calculated. Here you know. Here you know. But that's across the board. It's like they want that. It's for PR. It's for all that.
Coming with offense, and you come with in the heat of battle, those things happen. So you know I bit down and fought hard like a true champion, but.
And he a veteran, so he know how to spice it up. He know how not to just hog the money for himself to spread it out. You know, him giving also the fighter, his contender, PR as well, saying, you know what, yo, he was a good contender. I fought him before. He won. And, you know, he giving his flowers. He could have been like, nah, but that's gonna look bad on him. And then it's gonna make more people be like, you know, you know, so he understands the money game. That's the Come on,
He's a tough competitor.
I might be talking too much.
Floyd, you fought under this cloud that starting June 1st, you're going to have to go out of circulation for a while. Put it that way.
Yes.
How have you dealt with that?
That comes with the territory, you know.
What territory?
I mean, things in life. You know, certain obstacles come to you face with certain obstacles in your life. So the only thing you could do is take the good with the good. You take the bad with the bad. Just keep striving.
Have you prepared yourself? You've lived the high life for all these years. You're proud of it, and now you're going into, you know, a lonely cell.
I'm blessed. What else can I say? I'm blessed. You know, I mean, Mayweather Promotions, the past, the present, and the future.
Like even that. Like I mean, I don't mean to pause every couple seconds, but like even the questions he's asking him, like these shits is rehearsed, and even in that, it's like it's meant to make Mayweather feel like you know he shouldn't have to make this decision. But even as a veteran, like you know, like he knows how to, you know, it comes with the territory. What does that mean? Oh well, you know, obstacles in life, you know, you go. It's I wish. I wish it was understood. You know?
Sports and entertainment. And when June 1st comes, only thing I can do is accept it like a true man would do.
What does this delay do to your schedule? Are you going to fight again in the fall? And if so, what's on the short list?
Well,
I'm sorry. I mean, that's just empathy, but I don't give a damn in real shit. You see how you keep going? You know, like the resilience that Mayweather has to have, the experience to know how to deflect. He's even hitting the Shelly on these questions. On these questions. Like, what is this delay gonna do for you? What is why you know what it is? Because people higher than this dude, HBO, PBV, people higher than him want him to get these answers. So he gonna ask these questions. They trying to figure out, what's Floyd's next move? Get it first, get it first. Floyd already know. Like, he already know if he gonna fight again. And if he decide to, that's on his terms. It ain't gonna be on nobody else's terms. It was on his terms to make sure that it was June 1st. And that he gonna do what he gotta do. Up until that point.
I don't know. This fight right here, I was looking to fight Manny Pacquiao. The fight didn't happen because, and I don't think the fight would happen because of Bob Arum. Bob Arum is in the way. He's stopping the Pacquiao fight. Let's get the fans what they want to see. They want to see Mayweather and Pacquiao.
So are you talking about fighting Pacquiao in the fall? Because it looks like Alvarez is not going to fight you. According to Oscar De La Hoya, when I asked him before, he doesn't think he's ready for you.
Yo, look how thick they fucking raps be, bro. Holy shit.
Would happen because of Bob Arum. Bob Arum is in the way. He's stopping the Pacquiao fight. Let's get the fans what they want to see. They want to see
I be seeing
Mayweather
that shit
and
and
Pacquiao.
like,
So are you talking about?
you feel me? I don't got like no like in the ring experience. You feel me? But I have other experience that go outside the ring. So, as an outsider, and I wanted to learn and get more proficient in just the boxing aspect of my understanding. Seeing certain details like that. Like, look at
Fighting Pacquiao in the fall, because it
look at the raps.
looks like Alvarez.
And then look how small they gloves be. I be like, yo, that's why they be getting cuts in it. Like, you be in that. No, look at that. Look at how his fingers look like the size of his fingers so much smaller than it's like he got a glove on already. It's like he got the UFC pad gloves. Dang. And that's all up in them gloves. So every punch may seem cozy, but nah, you get that. That's why I be looking. Yeah, yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy. Even just wrapping my hands regularly to box on the pads, like we try to wrap our knuckles good enough, but God, that's why I need some longer wraps. I need to get some. Let me actually. Now I'm understanding why they use the longer ones. Yeah, you get to wrap more. I get that. But the knuckles need to be padded because them padded knuckles, damn. And I mean, with the force that they generate, you need that type of padding too, just so you're not breaking knuckles and everything, or hurting your wrist. That's why they got to wrap the wrist a certain way. But there are pros and cons of everything, and I can see that pro. Hmm. Hmm. Um, 180. Yeah. I got the 120. That's why my shit. And I got big hands, so like I already felt that. I said, okay. I'm like, where did they get the long ones from? Where's that at? All right, so 210. What the fuck? Where? Nah, 180. Okay. Okay, 180. So that's looking like most standard. Another 60, 210. Mexican style rap. 210 is beefy. Word.
Is not going to fight you. According to Oscar De La Hoya, when I asked him before, he doesn't think he's ready for you. And if you can't make Pacquiao, then who's on your list? Who are the guys?
Well, I can't say who's on my radar. You know, Miguel Cotto is one of the last of the Mohicans, so I can't really say who's next to Floyd Mayweather. But I must say, I want to thank all the fans that came out and flew out to Las Vegas. I got to thank the fans, everybody that bought pay-per-view. Thank you. Floyd Mayweather want to give you nothing but excitement and toe-to-toe battles.
One last question. Are you willing to come off what you say is your strong position that you have to get 60% against Pacquiao, especially when you're likely to have huge pay-per-view numbers tonight?
Well, like I said before, I've been trying to make the Pacquiao fight. I mean, Miguel Cotto didn't have a problem with taking the random blood and urine test, so why should he? If you're the best, take the test. And let's get the fans what they want to see, Mayweather Pacquiao.
Thank you very much, Floyd. Congratulations on your victory.
All right, interesting line of questioning, because I thought that, Larry was
a good fight.
About how tough the fight was. I thought that Mayweather...
That was a good fight. That was a good fight. That was a good fight. But I was going to throw another video on, but I'll probably say that for tomorrow because it is getting a little late. This next video is called Floyd Mayweather's Brutal Fights. I'm about to get into boxing for real. That's about to be my new hobby that I can really what's the word, focus on. You could like to do many things. So you can have multiple hobbies, but that one hobby. That one hobby used to be for me ball, but that's more of a passion now. So I play that, and when I play that, it's like I'm in my element, Now I want boxing to be something where I can really give that same dedication to and get real good at. Cause it's in me. It's in me. And not even just boxing. Boxing just one element. That's just understanding. For me, I just want the footwork and the defense. The defense of it. Which I just wanna increase it. You feel me? Get that more, but then UFC, all that extras, because all that shit combined, I just want to tighten all my shit up. So I want to start with boxing. So boxing gonna be something that I'm gonna really get into, get the mechanics of it. And Floyd, who else? You know what I'm saying? For me, just the way that's my style. That's my style. I want to be. I like how he's calculated. I'm very calculated too. So, word. It's a chess game. Chess game. So I'm excited. I've always wanted to. I've always had a little passion in boxing growing up. I never done nothing with it. Even now, but I always invested in those things. I knew that at some point I'm gonna get there. So I've always invested in it. So I got a punching bag. I got multiple gloves. I got wraps. I got all that stuff already. So we about to, and I already been preparing a little bit, getting myself, watching it, everything calculated. So I think I'm gonna really get into it, and I'm gonna dive into that mob. I'm gonna dive into it on a deeper level. The word. I was gonna do another video, but it's late. I feel good. I feel lit, and I don't want to watch another video. So I'm gonna catch y'all. I'm gonna be live more often. I'm trying to get more into this streaming stuff. I've done it before, but that's another thing I want to actually dedicate myself a little more time into. Like getting the formula right. So I'm gonna be doing it a little bit more. Hopefully I keep it in the way I need to. But I ain't gonna overdo. I'm gonna do one video. That was a long video though. That was a long ass video. Hold on. That was a long video though. I think that was like an hour. Yeah, hour 42. So that was longer than an hour. So word. I'm gonna leave it at that. And throughout the day, I'll just turn on the stream, whatever. One day you might even see me hit the bag. One day you might even see me in the background throwing some punches, you feel me? You see right there? We got the gloves, the pad, I got a punching bag, and I got another gloves all the way up there. Another pair of gloves. Yeah, shit. We about to see though. I don't know. I might just turn on the stream when I want to just study some shit, do it with y'all, watch it, calculate some things, you feel me? We're gonna see though, but I'ma catch y'all, mom. And when we go up, music, trust me, this shit about to be popping. Like for this to be silent, no music in America, I'm just not, yeah, I'm not doing that. I know that coming. You feel me? But word. I'm gonna catch y'all though. Y'all be up, y'all be safe. Show some love, subscribe, like, whatever. Show some love. And we just were like, I ain't even expecting y'all to do that. I don't even don't subscribe. Don't social love. It don't even matter. It don't even matter. That's on some this is on some vibe you join. Let me put y'all on. Put y'all on. Help. If we look in the description, help stands for happy, enlightened, loving, peace. All right, so that's what we spread it. So in that sense, like even though I said I'm getting into boxing, I want to do all this boxing stuff. You never know. I may turn it on and we may do something completely different. I may want to say, today I'm feeling like I want to put my guns out and get some tactical training or something. Or I may want to play some ball. Or, I may want to play some or we may want to have a conversation. You feel me? It's on or whatever it is. Whatever. I'm the type of nigga. I like to just do shit because if you like it and you see value in it, well, I want to see that value too. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. So whatever it is, you could just fuck around and do whatever. But the core of it is just making sure that we keep the respect. We make sure that everybody happy in here. There's no judging. There's no we together. Whoever it is, whenever it is, we together. We just gotta make sure that we more selfless. We make sure that one another's happiness is good because if we can do that, then our happiness is secure too. But if we only focus on our happiness and we neglect everybody else's, but guess what? You really don't get happiness in that because people start to see that shit and you just start getting weeded out. So selfless, be happy, make sure everybody else is good up in here, show some love, you feel me? Enlighten, grow in any way, you feel me? The more I start streaming, the more I get more of a connection and relationship. You'll see the diversity in just the type of knowledge that you can just have, you know, it's, I always call it like a filter, There's a lot of good things and bad things in this world, a lot of knowledge, good, bad knowledge, but you got a good enough filter, you can learn a lot. So stay enlightened, stay always wanting to learn, filter out all the not so needed content, you know, like what you like. So not saying not to watch certain things or whatever, but filter a lot of those things out. Make sure your brain is always being enlightened and growing so that you could be in a place where when somebody else needs you in that way, when you got that knowledge, you can do it. Loving, that's another part of it. Being selfless, loving, dying to yourself, making sure somebody else is good, just showing that love, you know, and peace. Doing all that together, you build an environment of peace, knowing that your brother and sisters is good, you can be good. When you worried about yourself, you can have a sense of security thinking that you're good, but you got nobody else around you. So you're always in a tense state. And even though you may be, you know, guarded, you still have vulnerabilities. You're not really at peace. You're still on, you feel me? You're still on the guard. But true peace comes into when you don't need to have to put your guard up. You don't need to have to feel like people are against you or wherever it is, whatever the case is. True peace is knowing that you can take care of the people around you and you know that they take care of you. Like you don't need that. You don't need to have that validation. You don't need to be there to seek it out. You just know. You just know because of that peace, that environment, that level of security. You just know, and it makes you even want you. It's like, okay, once you start to crack the code of peace, you start throwing it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Start throwing it. You start understanding it. You start throwing it. And everybody ain't ever gonna have, everybody around you ain't gonna be at peace. So you still got to be able to adjust to those things. But you start understanding that. So that's what HELP stands for: happy, enlightened, loving, peace. And we're gonna spread help no matter where we go. And that's gonna be rooted and rooted in these streams. So I'm gonna try to stream much as I can. I just be turning it on, so I can't even tell y'all, but I'm gonna get it as I start getting into it. I'll start to incorporate all those things. But honestly, I was supposed to do this earlier, but I just didn't. But y'all have a good night. Spread help. Enjoy your night. Enjoy your day.